This is John Crisfalusi, and I'm here with Eddie Fitzgerald, world's famous cartoonist. And we also brought along Callie Fontecchio, who's an animation student at Otis Art Institute.
Hi.
And we're going to give you our impressions on Popeye. Well, I used to watch the Popeye show when I was a little kid. It was on for a half hour every day at lunchtime, and I'd race home from school and watch all the classic Fleischer Popeyes. I think they also had the famous Popeyes mixed in with them then, and that was before they retraced them all. So I think it's great that they're bringing them back out in their original form.
You can't emphasize that word too much, I always say.
Form.
I love the way the two foreground elements just ran to the sides of the screen when they started, trucking in.
Fleischer cartoons are in a complete class of their own. They have a style and a sense of humor and a timing that really didn't exist anywhere else. It's part of the New York style of animation. But even within New York, it's its own thing. They're probably the best studio.
Everything's constantly moving.
I'm Sindbad the sailor, so hardy and hale. I live on an island on the back of a whale. It's a whale of an island. That's not a bad...
I love these close-ups.
Oh, yeah. All the wrinkles.
Can you believe this was done in 1936? Everybody on the West Coast was trying to make cute cartoons around this time.
Like Disney.
Disney, harmonizing. Most people were imitating Disney, but Fleischer lasted longer than any studio trying to keep the cartoony style going.
Did you see that, the way the background moved there?
Yeah, that's three-dimensional set.
I love the cartooniness of this. They're not ashamed of being a cartoon like some other studios are.
From the Valley of Serpents, these diamonds I took.
Bluto's a great character.
Yeah.
This is Gus Wiki, the voice.
Serpent.
Look at the set. That's really cool.
Holy mackerel. Bluto's so real. I know people like that. I worked for one once, but I won't tell you his name.
The capture of Bula from me was just fun. Whoever said two heads were better than one?
This reminds me a lot of Basil Wolverton.
Oh, yeah.
He must have been influenced by this style.
I like the Fleischer's take on Popeye's design from the comics.
Yeah, this is really the only series I can think of that came from a comic strip and preserved the feeling of the comic strip, but then added, what you could only do in animation without destroying the essence of the comic.
Yeah, the cartoons are really gritty and streetwise, just like the cartoon strip.
It's pure cartoon.
Yeah, it's funny. Like Fleischer cartoons are very technically clever. Like they have those great sets. The layouts are amazing. This isn't easy stuff to do. This is really hard. It takes a lot of scene planning to get all this stuff to work. Yet they don't really shove it in your face in the way like Disney did with the multiplane camera and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's all at the service of just having fun.
Yeah.
They're showing off, but they're showing off in a sort of...
Look at his skin.
It's beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Man, oh, man.
I love that. I think that's Willard Bowski.
Oh, yeah. He's the first animator, right?
Oh, I'd love to have a still frame of that.
Yeah, that was great.
I want to print out.
He animated on the first cartoon, right?
Yeah. He's a Betty Boop animator from the early days. He's really, really cartoony. You know what I love about these cartoons, too, is like almost all early cartoons, is they were all timed to music.
Mm-hmm.
And all these Popeye cartoons start with a song. Yeah. And all through the cartoon, most of the music in the background is song music. It's not just background filler music. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nowadays the music is put on as an afterthought. You know, after everything's done, they just hand it over to the musician and say, you've got a day to do this or something. And just outrageous. Even live action does that sometimes.
Well, this is all planned to the music. They know the music when they're starting.
Oh,
all
well,
time.
most beautiful girl in all of cartoons.
She's the definitive girl cartoon character.
You know, this is where the Fleischers actually added to what Seeger did, because Seeger didn't do as much with olive oil as the Fleischers did. She comes out as a star in these cartoons because she's really thin and tall and has this rubbery motion.
Yeah.
Man, I love olive oil. That sort of low-class accent that she has, I love it. She's a perfect girlfriend for Popeye.
Wreck that ship!
Wow, it's a mean bird.
Popeye's the first cartoon series where the characters are really defined. Each one's completely different. They have their own personality. They move their own way. They have their own expressions.
They have some of the best cartoon stories, too, compared to anything else being done at the time.
Yeah, before Popeye, the stories in cartoons were mostly like Betty Boop, which I love. I think Betty Boop is great. But there's sort of, you know, just whatever they came up with.
Dancing.
Yeah, just kind of stream of consciousness. They'd start at the beginning, and when they were finished, that'd be the end of the cartoon. There'd be no ending. But Popeye's the first really structured cartoon series where there's actually a plot. There's a, yeah, and I'm not even going to say that that's a good thing for cartoons. It's good if you do it right, and they do it right in Popeye. Popeye's also the most consistently good cartoon series. Like almost every Popeye cartoon that the Fleischers did is really good.
Yeah.
I can't think of too many stinkers.
I'm going to go out and buy some olive oil toys after the session. I'm getting to like her all over again.
No, don't let me go, no. Oh, man, the light bulbs. Oh, that was a nice show.
Also, the Popeyes retain that cartooniness that a lot of people lost after the era of the rubber hose. There's still some of that in here.
Well, Disney was purposely getting rid of all the cartooniness.
Yeah.
They looked down their noses at it. And even the Fleischers, in their other series, they had one series that imitated Disney. The Color Classics imitated the Silly Symphonies, and those are the worst Fleischer cartoons. When they're just being themselves, they're fantastic, and nobody can touch them.
She takes a lot of beatings in all these cartoons.
Yeah, it's really nice of her, I thought. She's a good sport.
And I love the dialogue they had.
Yeah.
It's the dialogue that they improvise right on the spot.
Yeah, it makes lip syncing look obsolete. You still lip sync? You're still living in that age? We've
All under the
transcended
breath.
that.
I will sindbad, enter not, or whosoever passeth not, sindbad. Somebody put a joke funny around here. Oh, luncheon.
A meat grinder.
Popeye's so low down.
He's 70, right?
Is he?
I don't know.
I think in the original comics, he was something like 70 years old.
Whoa, look at
He
that
got
background.
younger as he got older.
Looks kind of spooky to me. What's this? Oh, yeah. Trying to scare me like that, huh? Can you imagine that dumb mama nose trying to scare me like that, huh?
The ground looks like you'd stand on it.
Oh. Oh, I'm coming, Olive. I just got a little wall here. Oh. Do I hear footprints or something? Oh.
Oh, there she is. Oh, so sexy. Oh,
Her
man.
dances are great.
I can't stand it. We need a fan. That girl is
We
so
need a bucket.
sexy. Oh, the shoes.
I kind of favor the duck.
Oh. Oh. Fouled again.
I must resort to my last hamburger.
There's a rumor or a story that when the Fleischers made their first feature, that they thought about using Popeye to play Gulliver. And if they had done Gulliver like this, in this style,
Yeah, that's a better idea than they did.
I'm sure it would have been vastly more successful.
Wow. Interesting.
That's what I said.
Why? The most remarkable extra.
You know, some of my favorite Popeye still retain some of the rubber hose in the sense that, a phone will come alive temporarily when you're talking into it. Not as much as Betty Boop or something, but I like a little touch of that.
Yeah, the very first few Popeyes look like Betty Boop cartoons.
Yeah.
They even have funny animals in the background.
I'm all made up, nobody under the sun. All I say is,
I love the backgrounds, the black and white backgrounds of the other Popeyes. They're gorgeous. You don't even miss the color.
fella, who?
Popeye the Sailor.
What?
You better fix your shirt there, young fella.
Fret smoke.
Is that what it
Hey,
is?
it's hairy. Look at the hair. It's a
hairy turkey?
Oh, you're right. Oh, hairs
Yum,
make every
yum.
cartoon look better.
Yeah.
I always use every excuse I can to put as many hairs as possible.
Hairs and moles. Even this guy's kind of hairy.
Yeah, everybody's got little nubs.
He's got
And
like
even
3
moles
hairs
can have moles,
on his
you know.
deltoid.
Remember how mad you got when I drew you with stubble? Now you know.
Let's
Are you
not
growing
talk
up
about
yet?
that. I didn't know it was a cartoon rule.
Yeah.
You have
Can't
to
have
have
a-
stubble. Look at her face.
Look how hot she is, Eddie.
Hey, she's got
Oh,
long
man.
fingernails.
I'm dying.
She looks
got
like a
little
cat.
cat fingernails.
Yeah.
Oh, that is one woman, I'll tell you.
Calm down, Eddie.
Like that Popeyes make our face. How do you like a bad dog? You hold that Popeye in this hand.
They're
Kelly likes
Italian?
these guys.
Oh, yeah, because they're Italian. Mike Fontanelli would, too.
Yeah, where is he? Oh,
Oh, why you two-headed face
of
burger?
course, no need to open the mouth when you talk. That's passe, of course.
Just about everything that they do in Popeye cartoons, you're not allowed to do in cartoons today.
Yeah. Whoa.
Like that, they would tell us, well, that doesn't make sense. Not only could you not have violence, but hitting one guy in the head and the other guy's head gets a bump in it, they would tell us wasn't logical.
Yeah.
Make that two-headed guy more logical. That's an executive note we would get.
Oh, who's gonna make who like chicken finger-sika-sisi, huh?
I like how solid these characters are.
Yeah.
In this world, that's me.
Oh, says you.
You don't see very many round cartoons anymore, where characters have weight and solidity.
Yeah.
But it's really effective. There are all kinds of things you can do in animation that you can't do with the flat style.
I love his walk.
Yeah, it's great.
We're gonna come to terms right now.
Everybody
Those
wants to
animals
see
are
a
great.
fight.
You gotta have
Holy
lots of
cow,
animals in
look
these.
at that.
What do you mean your island, huh? Is that so? That's too bad, huh? Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, there's one of those backgrounds.
Turning the table.
I'm sure somebody in the other commentaries has described this, but the way they did that was they built a giant set on a round table. They'd actually build the background 3 dimensions. And then they would spin the table 1 frame at a time. And they'd put the cells in front of the table, so it makes the backgrounds look 3-dimensional.
Peekaboo. I saw you.
Oh, nice. Nice.
They have the best close-ups.
Yeah.
You should know, being a close-up king yourself.
Well, I'm sure you could probably trace that right back to these cartoons, because Basil Wolverton was obviously influenced by these, and that's where we got it from.
Fresh guy or something, I'll show you. I can see. Up. Don't leave me now. Oh.
I just love how every one of these cartoons, every conflict is solved by violence.
Yes. Like real life.
That was an old American tradition. Popeye cartoons are the best of America. They just represent like everything that makes America unique. Take it from a Canadian.
Oh yeah, you're an outsider.
Like today, the kind of cartoons we make are totally un-American.
Yeah.
PC.
Korean.
Absolutely.
Cartoons about saving the environment and...
Oh, there she is. Oh, man.
I love the different variations between all three of them. Like Bluto's really big and stiff, and Popeye's in between Olive Oil and Bluto. And Olive Oil's the extreme wiggly girl. Well, what was that he was holding?
This is G-rated,
Look at that.
I think.
Oh my god, look at that.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, is that all?
Oh.
Oh.